Damian Lillard, one of the best point guards in the NBA, one of the top shooters of the century, and one of the very few players today that's actually fucking loyal. Why do you think listen? Like I'm not. I don't know if y'all know this, but my respect for Dame goes deep and deep as he progresses his years through Portland. Dame is not one of those guys that like to team hop and ring chase. He respects the grind. And that's why I respect him so much. Dame's loyalty, it's just unprecedented that in today's NBA society where if things don't go right, they're going to go and jump shit. But Dame, he's staying in Portland. And that's what I like about him. Like him, Karl Anthony Towns, and Bradley Beal are some of the very few NBA players out here that are fucking loyal to their teams. I like it, but I like that they're doing that. Like, think about it. Like, you would think after 5 years of you being with that franchise, they're going to consider you an all-time great on that franchise. And you're going to build a fan base. So, yeah, people are saying that the Portland Trailblazers as a team is going nowhere. The Dame and CJ McCollum experiment ain't working. And that one of them has to go. Hell, I mean, they already fired the previous coach. They got Chauncey Billups now, but look at their record. Dame is going to have to actually... Well, he has been stepping up, but I'm saying, like, he might have to go on yet another stretch of 50-point games to even sneak the playoffs. And potentially, once again, he could be a first-round exit. The furthest Dame has gone was in 2019. You know, he made it to the conference finals. Yeah, he got swept by Golden State, who didn't even have KD. But he made it that far with his team. Notice how I said his team. Know what I'm saying? As much as I love LeBron and as much as I love Kevin Durant, I don't like the fact that LeBron left the Cavs in the first place. He was an established king there. And yeah, the fans did get on him. And yeah, he did go to Miami. He won 2 rings. But there's a huge reason why when he came back from 3-1 against Golden State and won in 2016, why he was more ecstatic there than he was in Miami. Yeah, he was happy in Miami that he won those 2 rings. One of them due to the greatness of Ray Allen's shot. And the other one was due to the fact that they faced a young OKC team that consisted of stars of Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. Now, KD, even though I do get on LeBron for like leaving the Cavaliers, right? Nah, because think about it. The moment where he went off in Game 6 of the 2012 East, was it the semis or the East? I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. But yeah, it was the Eastern Conference Finals where LeBron went off and scored 45 points, right? Imagine, yes, it was a sweet moment. And he finally got past Boston. But imagine how much sweeter that would have been had he done that in a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. You know how much more awesome that would have been had he stayed on his team and got his team to the finals? Yes, you know, LeBron did win finals MVPs for both of the rings that he won with Miami. But let's get one thing straight here. That was Dwayne Wade's team. That wasn't LeBron's. That was D Wade's team. And LeBron just went there and took over. Yeah, he got into 4 consecutive finals appearances. But he only won 2 of them. One of those losses was due to the fact that he had... And I am a LeBron fan, but I am not a LeBron fanboy. Fanboys don't criticize. Us fans, we criticize. I'm sorry. LeBron choked that. LeBron choked that series. Especially, was it game 4 or game 6 where he had a whole fucking meltdown. He choked. That was the worst. That was one of the worst choke jobs I've ever seen in my fucking life. But moving on to Kevin Durant, his is not so forgivable because you're up 3-1 on Curry and the entire 73-9 squad. You blow that 3-1 lead. We all know the media is going to get on Russ saying that, and especially Skip Bayless, he was saying KD can't actually win with Russ. Which is true to an extent, but that don't give you the reason to leave. I understand he was there for 9 years, but come on. You left your boy Russell Westbrook to carry that OKC team by himself. Why you think he won the MVP that next season? Averaging a triple-double. Yeah, he got exited out in the first round, but that will forever be one of Russ's historic seasons, bruh. Okay, yeah, James Harden was traded to the Houston Rockets, but James Harden really wasn't one of the main, he was one of the main stars of the OKC team. But once he got to Houston, that whole team was his. That whole team he should have never left Houston. He could have been the first dude since Hakeem Olajuwon to give Houston a ring. But, I guess they say the lack of competitiveness, brings super teams together. That Brooklyn Nets team had no business there's no way in hell. Listen, I like these guys individually. I just don't like it when they all join up together. There's no way in hell I root for them, but I still don't like the idea of all these stars being on one fucking team. Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge. DeAndre Jordan. He is a perennial superstar, but he's not all the way a superstar. But yeah. But I also don't like it when people say LeBron started super teams. No. The 08 Celtics did that. The 08 Celtics caused this whole thing. Cause and effect, bruh. Cause and effect, man. Yeah, people were saying that Kevin Garnett was being wasted in Minnesota. And yeah, people were saying that even though Ray Allen was the man in that Seattle Supersonics team, they wasn't really doing too much. And you could say that Paul Pierce was carrying the whole Celtics. But come on, multiple stars on one team? The only exception I give is Rondo. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But moving on from that, people are saying Dame should leave Portland. Why should he? He established a whole fan base there. He loves the city of Portland. Yeah, he's frustrated. He's not winning. Oh, and speaking of that, yeah, there are times where Dame was overmatched. But the front office could be blamed. But there's no excuse as to why 2018 first round exit, no excuse at all. Y'all were the 3rd seed. Y'all were going up against the Anthony Davis Pelicans. And that was AD's team. Another player that should have never left. Oh no, if you know what I'm saying. How you lose? Listen, I know seeds really don't mean too much of anything. It just matters of who wants it more. But come on, the Pelicans. They were a good enough team to make it to the playoffs, but the Pelicans, just the name of it, the Pelicans, bruh. That was all on you. I'm sorry, Dame, but that was all on you. But moving on from that, listen. Say for instance, Dame does decide to leave, and he goes join a different team, and he wins a ring. He's gonna be happy that he won that ring, but he's gonna feel unsatisfied that he didn't win it in Portland. He's going to feel kind of lousy because he had to ditch his team to go join a different team to win a ring just for it not to feel that good. Like, hell, Kevin Durant might have felt that way with the Warriors. You know? Listen, I like for players to be loyal to the teams that drafted them. I really do. Like, what if, listen, and we all know Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. GOAT, undisputed GOAT. There's no question about that. But what if, after 1990, for the third straight time, loses to the Pistons, right? Yeah, we can blame Scottie Pippen's migraine game. But the rest of the team, besides Jordan, the rest of the team choked. What if Jordan said, know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to go join Patrick Ewing and John Starks and Charles Oakley up in New York. Or fuck this shit. I'm going to go join Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and a whole bunch of other dudes to beat these Pistons. Or, or fuck this shit. I'm going to go join Reggie Miller and the Pacers. You know how weak that would have looked? Very weak. His case for GOAT would have been tainted. And I love LeBron. He is the best player right now. But his case for GOAT is kind of tainted. Kobe, the closest thing to Michael Jordan. And I know I'm going off topic. I'm sorry. But MJ, Kobe, LeBron, these are like the top three players of all time. And LeBron ranks third only to those two of all-time greatness. These three set the mantra. But if you look at LeBron, he's a team jumper, bruh. You know? Like, I'm sorry. I wish LeBron would have spent his whole career in Cleveland. But LeBron felt like he couldn't win. So he went to join Wade and Bosh. Which Bosh actually had no fucking idea joining. I mean, he had no fucking reason joining the Miami Heat either. But that's just the way it is. Look. We're going to, listen, but for Dame's case, right? He's like, I respect him for his loyalty. A lot of people, including Stephen A. Smith, are saying that he should just get the hell out of Portland, or if Dame stays, then CJ McCollum should just get the hell out of Portland. But, come on, bro. Like, if there's a whole bunch of stars going to join each other on teams, that is a whole lack of competitiveness. And plus, it's going to be a lack of parity in the league. It's going to be a lack of balance in the league where there's only going to be about, 4 or 5, maybe 6 good teams. Yeah, listen, the Brooklyn Nets was drawn by a lack of competitiveness, bruh. Kyrie Irving, all because he wanted to be the man in Cleveland. I'm sorry. It was your team until LeBron came back. Once LeBron came back, it was no longer your team, bruh. You couldn't accept. Listen, at least Scottie Pippen accepted being Robin for a good while. Kyrie couldn't handle 3 years of being Robin. Meanwhile, you went to Boston and look at what happened with that. I bet now he's wishing he had stayed in Cleveland. But Cleveland's roster is pretty talented now. But back to Dame. Dame is going to be a Hall of Famer. He might be an MVP in the future. Listen, he's 31. He still has a lot of good years left. Let the man be. Let him stay in Portland. Let him represent Portland to the fullest. And let him become that all-time Portland great. Just like Bill Russell with the Celtics. Magic Johnson with the Lakers. Kobe Bryant with the Lakers. Michael Jordan with the Bulls. LeBron did play 11 seasons with the Cavs. And he's still a great all-time, Cavs player. He's actually the best Cavs player, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm young, but I do my research. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just look at the decade I'm in. I look at this decade, the 2010s, the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s. And the 60s. And there were GOATs of those multiple eras. But listen, I just hope y'all enjoyed the video. At least y'all heard what I had to say. Plus I'm not just gonna be doing basketball conversations. Like I'm gonna pretty much talk about things that I do need to talk about, or that I feel like I need to talk about. But happy holidays and have a nice day.